Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the Garage Gym Experiment podcast. My name is Adam. That's Jake. We're back again with another great episode. Sorry for the little hiatus. It's been holidays, it's been busyness, but we're excited to be back on again with you. On tonight's episode, we have a Home Gym Con update. Then we're going to go over some 2023 predictions revisited. So, predictions from last year, have they come to fruition or not? After that, we have some new products, some January products from the Tib Bar Guy, Rep, Get RX, and Fringe Sport. And then Jake and I will be going over our top 3 2023 products.
All right. Like Adam said, it has been quite a bit. It's been quite a while since we last chatted. And a few things did happen with Home Gym Con. So I think the big one was that Bells of Steel did drop out due to staffing issues. So they were in charge of they had a booth, and they were also in charge of a powerlifting meet that was Bells of Steel branded. So that is no longer happening at Home Gym Con. It was one of the primary attractions, or just something that a lot of people were kind of interested in watching and doing. But we've pivoted to working with Joe Gray and the Garage Gym competition. So we're still trying to figure out specifics, but you'll be able to, but at Home Gym Con, if you're an attendee, you will be able to do your Garage Gym competition lifts at booths. So the idea is maybe you can do your bench at one booth, your deadlift at another booth, and your squat at a third booth. So specifically, if there's going to be a lot of good equipment there, so you can technically try and figure out, try and find a specific piece of equipment that maybe you want to do the lift with. So, I mean, we don't know exactly what booths are going to be available for this, but I imagine there's going to be a decent amount of crossover and options, and then also just exclusive prizes for people that do it here as well. So, I actually think this is a blessing in disguise. It's a better option for more people as opposed to like gearing up for a powerlifting meet. They can maybe a little bit more casually do these lifts and also have the rest of the day to check out everything else. So I don't know. It seems just like a pretty good pair that we were able to really adapt to within like 24 hours. And Joe was very, very flexible. I think, and he seems to like he's going to be very, very flexible about this going forward. So pretty cool partnership right there. So yeah, the show goes on. And then we also added, it's been like a month. We added like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 vendors. So all of these are in our space number 2. So I think a lot of people are like, who are you going to be able to get for space number 2 for Home Gym Con? But these are 6 legitimate booths right here. So Freedom Dumbbell System. This is actually a guy in the Northeast who has created this dumbbell spotter power rack kind of conglomerate that he's bringing to French Lick, and he's looking for advice from the best home gym crowd and the most educated people to kind of showcase this to, and also maybe network with the vendors that are there. Right Equipment, Synergy Custom Fit, Bolt Fitness, Brute Force, and then Toe Spacer Mobility. So those are all legitimate companies. And 3 of them are legitimate companies that you can build out an entire gym with. So Space 2 looking pretty solid.
Look at that lineup, dude.
Isn't that crazy?
It's insane.
And then today, it's Thursday, and we just started. It's been pretty much just like today, we started building out the vendor booth lineup, or like the, what do you call it? The lineup, or
The floor map.
the floor map. Yes, that's what I'm thinking. And it's going to look so good, and it's going to be completely full. So the lineup is awesome. All right, let's move on. So moving on. So this next section is actually just a a we're repeating the survey results from 1 year ago, and they were our prediction survey. So next week we're a little bit late to this, but we're going to do a the same thing pretty much. So predictions for 2024. This is our predictions for 1 year ago. So here are the first four. So only, and again, this is at the beginning of last year. So only 38% believe someone will have more impressive list of new products than Rep. 62% thought Rogue would release better products in 2023 than 2002. 51% thought Titan would impress us with new equipment releases in 2023. And then 55% say Bells of Steel will top their 2022 new product performance. All right. So, I mean, off the cuff, nobody had a more impressive list of new products than Rep. I think that's easy. I don't think Rogue beat their 2022 product releases. Titan had a few good releases, but I wouldn't say they necessarily impressed us. And then I do think Bells of Steel
They were
did
early too, weren't they?
like they had the bench towards the end of the year, and then the squat max. So the only two that really stand out to me. And then so two solid products, but for a whole year, I don't know if that you would say that was impressive. And then Bells of Steel, well, they topped their 2020 new product performance. I think they did. I think a lot of it though is just they're starting to get more heat for just copying new products. So I think they did top their like new product performance line, but specifically with a lot of their cardio equipment. Off the cuff,
I'd have to agree with. Yeah, no, everything you said. The one that stands out the most, like the most obvious response to me, was that last one that Bells of Steel did top their 2022 stuff. Just getting into the market with a 3x3 1-inch system. Yeah, I'll talk more about that later. But
yeah.
Yep.
All right. Next up, only 13% thought there was going to be a high probability of new tech entering the home gym space that will capture their attention. And I don't really think there was any new tech that captured anybody's attention. I think the coolest thing we saw last year was like the rack attached pulley systems where you could resistance with like buttons. But yeah, I mean,
I think tech was kind of lacking. I don't know if you include like on-screen stuff, like even your stepper as like tech. I wouldn't. I would think like tech is something different. And yeah, I don't think there, nor do I see it happening. Like I know we're going to ask this in the future. I don't see there being a big tech push in 2024 either.
No, I think the big thing within the industry was like screen and tech fatigue. Like everyone got that out of their system in 2020 and 2021. So I don't think it's a hot topic anymore. All right, moving on. So we asked which company making USA made products would make the most noise in 2023. This was between Bridgebuilt, Abmat, American Barbell, and Surplus Strength. Bridge Built was the most popular answer with 32%. American Barbell with 29%. I have to say, I think Bridge Built did make the most noise. Just with the they brought maybe the coolest products, I would say. Surplus Strength had a few good products. AbMat kind of did what AbMat does. American Barbell released the Chewy bar, but I don't know. That's not really. It's to the home gym crowd, I guess, but I don't think they really care about the home gym crowd at all. So I think Bridge Built probably.
Yeah, I would say AbMat probably made the.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I would say that AbMat probably made the biggest splash to like the masses. Their products kind of appeal to like the most amount of people. Bridge Built's kind of making some really cool products for a very small crowd, which is awesome. I love that. I think AbMat really did it for like, you know, the majority of gym goers, whether home gym or commercial.
Okay. That makes sense, though. All right. Let's see. Acquisitions. So 40% thought that Titan or Rogue would acquire a smaller company in 2023, which they didn't, not to my knowledge at least. And then also 52% believe Rogue will. Oh, what am I reading? And then we also asked how many companies Rogue would acquire, and 52% thought 0.
Yeah, it's funny. We asked this question right after the Ghost acquisition, and then they started manufacturing some Kabuki bars. So it seemed like they were heading down that road of, buying up a lot of these smaller companies, and it didn't really pan out that way.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure exactly if I read those right, but basically, in general, most people thought that there was going to be some sort of acquisition by Rogue and by Titan, and nothing happened. All right. And then just a few more quick hitters from last year's survey. So 43% thought that strongman would become more popular within the home gym community this year. 46% thought specialty bars interest would slow down in 2023. 79% thought that gym equipment prices would continue to rise. 34% said lever arms will make a resurgence in 2023. 58% believed that home gym content would become more popular on TikTok. 60% say more than 5 companies would collaborate with members of the community on products. And then 42% believed that a major equipment. Any of these stand out to you?
No, I was just going down, answering them in my head what I think happened. I think strongman became a little bit more popular. I think specialty bar interest slowed down a bit, if it's my opinion.
Yeah.
Equipment prices, of course, are on the rise. Lever arm resurgence. I mean, I think that's probably flattened out. I don't know. Yeah. Couldn't tell you about TikTok. I don't tick or talk.
I don't think it became more popular.
Yeah. Is Sam Solik a TikToker or just a YouTuber?
I don't know. I think he's just maybe he's TikToker.
We're not TikTokers.
No,
maybe
really.
I don't know. Couldn't tell you. 5 different companies. That'd be a close one to examine a little further. I mean, I could tell you like a couple, but when you say members of the community, I'm thinking like smaller companies too, like Rep and Belt Fed and like Titan and Hennessy and stuff like that. So I don't know if that counts, but yeah.
But I do think the specialty bar interest one, that one was kind of interesting. I do think it slowed down with more rack attachments being added. So a lot more people had interest in adding rack attachments as opposed to specialty bars. So I think that's kind of interesting. All right, and then last year I made 3 predictions. Number 1, that Rogue would acquire AbMat, did not happen. Number 2, fewer strength machines. So I was kind of thinking more people would either build a second rack or just lean more into rack attachments. I think that probably happened. Less strength machines, more rack attachments for sure. And then stall mats get disrupted. I do not think that happened. Stall mats are still the flooring choice for most. So next week, I think I'll try and think of some more for our next podcast for 2024. And then also, if anybody has questions that we should ask on our next Sunday survey in regards to predictions, or send us a DM. What's a good question? All right, let's move on to some new products that have happened, that have came out in January.
Cool. I'll take this first one from the Tib Bar guy. It's the 6-in-1 treadmill called the Sled Tread. So pushing and pulling sleds has become a more popular thing. And on this treadmill, you can do both. You can push and pull. It has a power tower attached. So most of you know what a power tower is, but if you don't, it's like captain's chair, dip bar, pull-up bar. It's a sit-up bench. It's a multi-step attachment. Looks like you can do Nordic curls on it. So 6-in-1 from the Tib Bar guy.
Looks cool. It's definitely a combination I don't think anybody ever saw coming.
Yeah.
We also want to highlight this slim profile wall mounted functional trainer single column 2000 from it's a long name. From GetRx. So it's a pretty unique take on a single stack wall mounted column. It's instead of coming out of the wall, it's only 4 inches off the wall, and the weight is horizontal to the pulley pretty much. So basically takes up more wall space than floor space coming out, if that makes sense. So depending on your space, might be a pretty cool option. And then also I think just like throughout the week, Reps kind of slowly released some storage options. So modular storage from Reps. So there are a few different options. So it's available in the rack, off the rack, and also standalone. It's very customizable, and you can also, with it being able to connect it to your rack, you can do it on a PR4000 or PR5000. Add numerous different upright colors. There are several different shelf widths. You can add it as a standalone unit, or there's like a corner section that you can add and kind of customized if you want to add something to your corner. There's different height options. It looks like for most of like the most of what they're showcasing, you have the ability to add up to 4 shelves for kettlebells, dumbbells, slam balls, belts, whatever you can fit on those like flat kettlebell storage sections. And then you can just extend them as well. So pretty slick option from Rep. I don't necessarily think Rep's the only one doing this, but they are the best one marketing that they do it now. So cool option, and they really are unlimited storage options. And then also they kind of morphed. This one is awesome. So they morphed a functional kind of a I think I have the title right here. Functional trainer with storage. So basically, it has an Athena with Athenas on each side with the modular storage, and it is angled and also spaced so that it looks like it's a true cable crossover with 180-degree swivels for the pulleys. So it has like, it's like a commercial freaking gym right there. That's like the only place you'd find
Yeah.
these. And it looks awesome. So these are also available in PR 4000 or PR 5000 options. And, all of the other custom kind of details can be added. So this is a dream setup right here. If you have the space, that
Yeah, that's
knocks out a
amazing.
lot of it,
Yeah.
right? Did you see this?
Yeah, I saw this. They've been pushing this one hard. Like today, I got a lot of notifications
Yes.
coming across
Yes.
from. Like I jumped on YouTube for a run. I was down on the treadmill, and it was a lot of like rep commercials for their stuff coming out, and
Yeah.
then their story was filled with it. But yeah, super cool.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if you can do this setup with every other company. But I know there's a lot of other companies that offer this modular storage. They're just not communicating that as well as Rep is. Like you
Right.
said,
I mean, you have to just know how to build it.
right? But they
Nick
make it
over
easy.
at Home Gym. Yeah, Home Gym Hangout has one through Rogue that he built on his own. He has 2 single columns, and then he did the storage in the middle. But
Well,
yeah,
if you remember, I used to have the on my rep rack. I used to have the GetRx storage that worked perfectly on the back, and then I also had it off to the side. So, I mean, you can do most of this with GetRx too. So, but I don't know if you can do it quite as customizable with all their colors and shit.
colors and shit. All right, the I almost said El Gordita. It's the La, so because it ends with an A. I remember Spanish class. The La Gordita. It's an easy curl axle bar from Fringe Sport, 2-inch shaft diameter. So like that's like your typical axle bar, but it's like 2 times the size of a normal barbell. It weighs 19 pounds. It's about 55 inches in length. It features a bent shaft to reduce joint strain for performing curls, just like your typical easy bar. Pretty cool. I think it'd be fun little toy to have for sure.
Exactly my thoughts. Fun little toy to have.
Yeah. Black Widow makes a couple of super cool. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So 2023. I kind of got this idea from No Fates. Did you watch No Fates video where he said I think his favorite products of the year
Yeah.
were the rep plates, and then what else? The Rep USA made plates, and then
Equalizers. Yeah.
shoot, what was the other one? But I remember he said something along the lines of a lot of stuff was released, but there wasn't anything that was just like truly mind blown. And I think I kind of agree. I think there was a lot, and I think Rep teased a few things at the end of the year that I think would have been like amazing. Like
You're talking about the Adonis.
yes, that's the only one I'm talking about. I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'd be the one. But anyways, Adam's got 3 choices, and I have 3 choices. Let's see what Adam's got.
Well, I'm pretty upset that I forgot, or I scrolled right over the Rep Equalizer plates. They would for sure be on here. My 3 choices though are for like unique reasons. They're not like mind blowing choices, but it's just like what I appreciate they bring to the home gym community, if you will. So the first one was Rep releasing bars. I felt like they've always had bars, but they never really made a push to make them better. Their new barbells I mean, I got my hands on them at the Arnold. I haven't like lifted with them. They brought them to Home Gym Con, so I got to touch them a little bit there as well. I just appreciate a big company like Rep not letting Rogue just like control the barbells. So them coming out and really competing with some good barbells, I thought is just helpful for all of us. So them releasing those, I thought was a big deal. So that was one of my top releases, and I didn't choose any individual barbell. I'm just saying their new line of barbells. In that same kind of sense, I have the Bells of Steel Manicore, another big company coming out with a 3x3 1-inch system with all their attachments, helps everyone. And so I thought that was big for the community. Other companies are going to have to follow suit if they want to play ball like in this bigger arena. So you're going to see, I hope, more 3x3 racks, 1-inch holes for companies producing racks. And the last one, the Cleva attachments are just so well done. I had to put them on there. So that was the last one.
See, listeners, Adam's not mad at Bells of Steel.
I'm not mad.
All right.
Got hateful in those comments, though.
They did.
They did.
All right. Next up are my choices, and I also went with product releases that may still be for like pre-order. So I went off like the pre-order date. So number one, I think the VTS from Bells of Steel, Bells of Steel on my mind. The VTS from Bulletproof Fitness. Never mind. I shouldn't say it. So VTS from Bulletproof Fitness. I think a rack attached Smith machine is a brilliant idea. Something that anybody can add to their rack specifically. And then you can also add, turn it into a pulley system. Really innovative. As long as it works as well as long as the videos show, then I think it's an awesome one. Something that I really appreciated just having in my gym was the stealth spotters from Surplus Strength. So again, this is kind of like our list. I think that solved from years of changing out the spotter arms, and you really appreciate how easy it is with the stealth spotters. And then lastly, I felt like I just had to throw something in from Rep. I didn't know there was a lot to choose from, but because I feel like they had just like the year before 15 product releases for the year. So I went with the wall mounted Athena, just thinking that's the perfect setup for somebody looking for a functional trainer within their home gym that doesn't take a bunch of space. And then you can also add attachments. So those are my three.
You picked 3 really cool ones, I have to say.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's hard. I almost turned it into a top 5 list.
Yeah. I am irritated. I kind of did scroll over the equalizers. So just know that they would be on my list, probably above the barbells. So
I was also thinking I think their quick lock adjustable dumbbells look cool as well. I think those look solid.
Yeah. Do their heavies only go 65s though? Is that right?
It's only 60, I think.
60. Yeah. I think once they get them a little heavier, they'll be game changer.
Yeah.
Sweet.
All right. Well,
there's a slide. That's gonna do it for us. Did you like tonight's episode? Be sure to keep your eye out for new episode releases wherever you listen to podcasts. Stay involved on our social media sites by following Garage Gym Experiment and taking part in our Sunday surveys on Instagram so that you can be a part of these conversations. Follow, subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Get on our website for all your home gym content needs. And be sure to be following Home Gym Con. Go to homegymcon.com or follow Home Gym Con on Instagram. 70 of the best equipment companies in the States and overseas are coming to French Lick, Indiana, and you can come too. We want to see you guys there. It's going to be a blast. Jake, anything else?
Nope.
See, we weren't that rusty.
We weren't rusty.
I'm not
Not too
rusty.
bad.
No, it was pretty good.